In this video, I want to briefly talk about the loot system in Destiny 2, and if I can, suggest any improvements. First, I want to address the Season Pass. I'm not against the Season Pass, although I do think it can be improved. First, I would change the Day 1 exotic for pass holders. Opening that package gives you the full armor set and the exotic, and it's usually the first thing you do, and thus makes the Season Pass pointless for the rest of the season, other than a few currencies and consumables. I would move the exotic all the way to the other end for both paid and free players. Having the exotic at level 100 actually gives you some incentive to complete it, because the ornament is usually just a shader and no real incentive for completion. I want to move on to repeatable missions, specifically Legendary Lost Sectors and the Empire Hunt for Cloud Strike, implemented in Beyond Light. I like these. These give me a clear target with a known drop. I find it satisfying honing my run. Each completion is slightly quicker and more efficient. It also reminds me of Borderlands 2, which is in my mind the best looter shooter ever. The only thing I'm not really happy about is the barrier to entry for the legendary Lost Sectors. Having to grind light levels just so you're not one shot by a dreg is a bit of a downer. But for most of us, they will come soon enough, and I'm looking forward to the time when I can grind them for the new exotics. That brings me to the loot distribution on a wider scale. My firm belief is that loot should be akin to football stickers or soccer stickers, baseball cards if they do them in the US still. I've collected football stickers, so I'll stick with that analogy. Blue Engrams should be your common player. You get lots of them, and you don't really care about them. But they fill out your inventory, and it's good to have them. Purple Engrams. They should be your world-class player, like Messi or Ronaldo or Lewandowski. They should be rare and valuable. Exotic Engrams. These are your shinies, an event. These are the rarest of the rare. Something that brings a smile to your face. Each engram should fill you with anticipation and eagerness to see what you have. Then, either joy or heartache. Heartache at being a swap and you just dismantling it, or joy and immediately sticking it in your album or putting it straight in your inventory. That feeling of anticipation kept me playing Destiny 1 constantly for 3 years. And this is where I feel Bungie has gone wrong with Destiny 2. Bungie seems content with giving out loot rather than getting players to work for it. So, with the grind for loot effectively at zero, what are we left with? We're left with grinding for numbers. We grind for season pass levels, and we grind for light levels. Even then, these numbers are pointless and arbitrary. Nothing on the season pass matters, and I can miss a whole season. And then next season, turn in a load of gunsmith materials or Crucible or Vanguard tokens and be at the same light level as someone who spent the entire previous season doing all their pinnacles every week. Currently, my only incentive to play is PvP. For me, it's the only real challenge in the game. And now, it seems like Bungie is caring less and less about Crucible with each passing season. So, imagining we're stuck with the current way loot operates in Destiny 2, how do I think it can be improved? Firstly, the reintroduction of perk unlocking, the system used in most of Destiny 1. Getting the god roll on something or finding a new exotic was one thing, but then you had to use it to unlock its full potential. I guess catalysts are a bit like that, but they aren't for every gun, and only for exotics. Having to unlock perks with usage is another reason to play. Another idea is adding tiers to perks. An example would be Rangefinder. There would be a rangefinder perk, but also an enhanced rangefinder perk. The latter giving you an extra 5 meters over the standard version. Or Rampage, where the enhanced version gave you an extra 1 or 2 stacks. This change to the perk system would add another layer of randomness into the loot farming. Not only could you say you had a god roll, but the god roll of a god roll. Again, it would give players incentive to farm for their favourite weapons in the perfect roll. Anyway, that was my take on some of the problems with the loot system in Destiny 2 and a couple of alternatives that could be implemented to add additional value to loot and those who put the time in. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Feel free to comment and extend the conversation down there. Thanks again. Bye.